The book is a long letter to your dad, and it's very beautiful for that. It truly is beautiful for that.
Thank you.
As you said, he suicided when you were 19. Was it hard for you to start that letter, or had it been a letter you realised you've been composing for a long time?
I don't think I've written anything there that I haven't previously thought or that I haven't said before. But I guess I've never made it so public before. And that was difficult, you know. It's a curious thing to give away, if you like, quite a precious thing to give away. And but I'm glad I've done it.
The thing I found so powerful, and it's quite different to any memoir I've read because it is so clearly from you, there's no middle party, is when you're talking about after your father killed himself and you ask all these questions about what must it have been like for you in that car that night. What were you thinking? What were you feeling?
Yes.
I found that very, very raw.
Yes.
Was that the first time you'd thought those questions as you wrote them?
I think I've always wondered, and of course, just after it happened, we asked each other all these questions. You know, we're a very tight family. So we were all saying, what was it? And things were revealed at that time, you know, his depression that he'd had for a lot of years, which we had no clue. This was obviously a huge shock to me. But then I realised that there had been many other incidents. In fact, he'd made one attempt on his life when he was 16. When he was a very young man. So, you know, he'd obviously dealt with this kind of chemical depression for a very long time. And of course, you know, in my dad's time, it was a very shameful thing to admit to him, you know, a mental illness, if you like. So he didn't seek any help for it. And I'm not sure there was any help.
It's natural to feel anger and guilt after someone suicides. Did you also, as you found yourself looking at this square in the face, did you have a new sense of your father's strength as well, that he'd been able to deal with this for so long?
Yes. I mean, something you realise is that about depression is that you are in an altered state when you're depressed. So really, you know, the most troublesome thing about this that still troubles me is you think, oh, I hope you didn't regret that. I bet you would have come out of that a few days later and I bet, oh, this was a massive mistake. Yeah. But it's never a mistake at that moment. Never a mistake at that moment. And in fact, I genuinely believe that my dad by that time thought that his depressions might well be just so burdensome for the whole family that he'd be doing us a favour. I think a lot of suicides think like that. So in fact, he was doing the strongest and most courageous thing he could ever do. The most selfless thing, actually. You know, and I've come to think of it in that way when I try to imagine how he was thinking about it.
I love what you wrote at the end where you said simply writing your name.
Yes.
If you write the name Dad,
yes.
it's like I'm with you again for a while.
Yes.
Is that how it felt?
Yes. I have never spent my life looking for approval from people I don't respect or people whose approval I will never get. I can't be bothered to waste time doing that. But the approval of people I really love, like Jennifer, like Lenny, like my father, is the most delightful thing when you get it. And I did get lots of it, which is great. And so to revisit that, albeit briefly, for the sake of this book, was really rewarding.